Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video that I'm a little bit nervous to film, and it's going to be a message that is probably going to be a little bit different than you thought you were going to hear when you clicked on this video. I just intend that no matter how maybe deep these concepts sound to you, that you'll kind of just step back and maybe not try to analyze what I'm saying and just try to just listen to my words instead of overthinking everything I'm saying, because I feel like that's gonna be the best way for you to catch my drift, like what I'm trying to communicate to you, because this is a little bit more deep than I go into on my channel. And that's kind of why it scares me, is because I'm afraid that this won't really resonate with as many people. It's been questioning almost everything, including the definition of self-confidence and if that is even necessary to have spiritually. I feel like society right now is all about self-image, and the reason why is this construction of the perfect body type, the perfect face, hair, whatever. It was all constructed around the fact so that companies could sell you things.
Want to lose weight and do it quickly? Try the new Carnation Do-It-Yourself Diet Plan.
Do it for your tummy, do it for your waist.
You see ads absolutely everywhere without even noticing. We were also grown up to think that how we look, what we know, what we do, and what we accomplish in life defines who we are as a person. And there's nothing wrong with accomplishing things. Don't get me wrong, we're here on this earth for a certain amount of time, and there's beauty in doing what you thought you couldn't do, but you are an immortal spiritual being. You are so much more than your looks, your body, even what you know. And here's why.
I fall in love too easily.
That's automatically kind of putting you at a bit of a pedestal, because if you think you have that, then what does that make someone else who doesn't? And it's kind of hard for me to explain, almost because it's so different than what we've been taught. We all came from something higher, whether you believe in God or the universe. If you believe that we came from something that is bigger than this earthly realm, that means that there's love and light within all of us, that you are so much more than this meat suit that you are in. You have a soul that's pure love and light, that has a little bit of godly power. Heck, not even just a little bit. You have God within you. If you came from a higher place, then where you came from, you must have a little bit in you, right? We were given the gift of our imagination, which I talked about a lot with my law of attraction videos. I was just thinking the other day, what an amazing gift to be able to close your eyes and imagine anything, and you having the power within yourself that allows you to bring that into your own reality. We have this divine power. At the end of the day, everything is temporary. If you define your worth off of, let's say you're a guitar player. I'm learning how to play the guitar. It's really fun. I love it. It makes me happy. But one day I might get arthritis in my fingers, and is my whole self-identity going to be gone? I experienced this when I quit gymnastics. There's so much of my identity that was based off of, I was a gymnast. This is what I could do. I could flip my body in cool ways. I could do a backflip on the beam that's 4 inches wide. This is really different. I worked so hard for this. This is who I am. But when I quit, does that mean that just because I'm not a gymnast that I am lost a part of who I was? No, because that was never who I was in the first place. I am eternal. I am immortal. That is who I am on the inside. I'm talking about the inside, not this capsule that I've been given that can do cool tricks, like do a backflip on the beam. That's freaking amazing. I'm so proud of myself for accomplishing that. There's so much I want to say. I feel like this is just I have just been constantly listening to spiritual teachers because that's the only way that my questions that I have are going to be answered for me. And sometimes it gets really overwhelming. Like right now, my thoughts are like, blah, blah, what's life? What are we doing here? Why am I doing that? You know? So I was listening to this podcast with Oprah in it, and she was saying how she was interviewing a model. This model is now older, and she said that when she was a model, she did use her beauty to her advantage, and she knew she was beautiful as what society defines as beautiful. One day she had a beautiful daughter, and when she was walking with her daughter, a couple of men on the side of the street, they whistled, and she realized that they were whistling or looking at whatever it was, acknowledging the beauty in her daughter and not her. And she kind of was just like, wow, all of that I thought I was, the beauty, and how I held that and put it on a pedestal as to this is like my power, my beauty is my power, it kind of disappeared in a way. Like, and imagine, like, you're gonna grow old, you're gonna get wrinkles, your body's gonna look different, and so why be so attached to what you look like if is not really you? Sad Guru, I think, and he says, people say love yourself, but that implies that there are two of you. And there's not two of you, there's only you. You love other people. You can put love and emotions into other people, but love yourself, like you're not two. You're just one. I'm still trying to understand that expression as well. It's been hard for me too because I'm a YouTuber and like I'm on Instagram and I'm constantly, as everyone is, looking at people solely based off of their image. It's a lot of pressure. I feel like all of these like feelings about like I need to look a certain way, and I've never had problems with self-confidence, but I still feel like there is a pressure like with being like an influencer or a YouTuber or whatever, because there are a lot of eyes on you and you want to look the absolute best that you can. So for me, trying to detach from how I look on the outside, that, to be honest with you, I did associate a large part of who I was just because I'm always looking at myself. Like, I try to look good for my Instagram photos and like put on makeup for my YouTube videos, but dropping that this is who I am, this is like really personal, so please, like, just, I know it may not make sense, but this is what happened, and I'm being really raw. But I was looking in the mirror and I was listening to Dr. Wayne Dyer's book. Something flicked inside of me, I can't explain it, where my thoughts, I didn't have any association with them at all. It was just like the weather. It comes and it goes, but my thoughts, they're not me. If you can hear your thoughts, then there must be someone listening to your thoughts. I was looking in the mirror and I also felt really disassociated from my body. It wasn't like I saw myself and didn't like myself or thought I wasn't pretty. It was I looked at myself like I had no association with what I saw staring back at me. It was almost like the person who was noticing what I looked like was sitting over there watching me. I did not know what the heck was happening. It was like my soul was trapped inside of my body. I was so much more than what I was placed on earth, so much more than that. If that helps you kind of understand what I've been going through and what I've been awakening to realize, like, I think it's really important at the same time to keep your kind of sanity and just stop like thinking about everything and just be like, okay, you know what, I was put in this capsule, so I'm going to accept it and I'm not gonna overthink it like I was doing. But it was still a really cool experience. A lot of people say, just don't care what other people think of you. And you're like, okay, like, how do you do that? Same with me when I was originally wanting to film this video. How do I tell someone to love themselves? I can't. It's not something I can teach you how to do. It's the same way that not caring what others think about you, it's not just as simple as that. It's realizing, people say we're all just brothers and sisters, but it's true. Like, we all came from the same divine place, therefore we all must have a piece of God within us. And to look at someone and appreciate that we came from the same place, that they have that light within them, instead of judging them based off of what they look like, will help you not care what other people think of you, because really there are no other people. It's just you pushed out, and that's like kind of a deeper spiritual thing. But like, you can look it up if you're you're interested. You really don't care what other people think when you realize that you are so much like them. You are so much like everyone around you, more than you think. And once you apply this idea with looking at someone and realizing their true beauty, not their beauty, this beauty like on the outside, but like their inner beauty, once you look at them and realize that, you would be so surprised how people treat you. Like, people significantly treat me with more kindness. It's definitely like subconsciously for them, because they definitely don't know that I'm like looking deep into their soul, you know, but the energy of like you just not judging people is so much more like pure. That doesn't mean that you're not gonna be human. Like, judgment is so normal, and I try to notice my thoughts that are coming from a judgment-filled place every single day. Like when you're in traffic and you're like, why'd they have to cut me off like that? I'm like, Luca, okay, that was a judgment thought. It's something you have to practice every single day to really push past it. And I think that's what the deeper conquering of not caring what others think about you will really come from. Another thing that I want to talk about is how to kind of accept yourself, is noticing when you need time to yourself, noticing when you need to recharge. A lot of people get so stuck on autopilot mode where they don't even know what they're thinking. And that's kind of like the opposite of being consciously aware of the thoughts. You get so in autopilot mode that you can drive from school to home without even realizing what your brain is doing to get you there. You just know that you're at school and then you're home. But you've done it kind of by muscle memory so many times that it puts you in an autopilot mode. That's why setting intentions is important. It's getting out of that autopilot mode, noticing when you need some rest time. For example, I've been working out really hard and my body is having a lot of strain, but I can listen to my body, and just by kind of how I felt this morning, know that I need to take at least 2 days off for my body to recuperate. I also need to be feeding my body nutrients, because that's what it wants. It wants to be fed like good, healthy food. And just being more in tune with what your body is trying to tell you, because there's signals all the time. If you have hunger signals that your body's telling you, hey, you should eat now, like, don't restrict yourself. That's another part of just respecting what your body is telling you. And I also want to talk a little bit about like how I was thinking about talking about negative thoughts. If you realize that you have a really negative self-talk and it's just on a loop 24/7 and you almost don't know how to deal with it anymore, you're so sick of it, and I want to tell you that it is good that you're sick of it, because that means that you are one step closer to just letting go. And I think that there all comes up a point where we're just fed up with listening to that voice in our head that tells us that we're not enough. If you're experiencing that, please just know that it can get a lot better if you really focus on yourself and what you need, whether it's to listen to more self-help audiobooks, or you notice that you are thinking about suicide. I don't mean this to take like kind of a darker turn, but it is a big problem that I feel as though I address, because I think it's really important that if you have gotten to a place where that weather, the emotions that come and go. Sorry, to fix the camera a little bit. It was this video, I think was titled When You Can't Stand Yourself Anymore, and it was by Russell Brand. I don't know if he had a YouTube channel, but this guy, I love him. He was saying that suicide originates from people being so identified with the weather, you know, the emotions that come up inside, that it pushes them to the extreme. It is so important that if you ever have any suicidal thoughts, that you get help, because there's so many professionals out there that can help you with what you're going through. Personally, for me, it's been really helpful just to feel the emotion but not think about it and not pay attention to the thoughts regarding it, because as soon as you start listening and buying into those thoughts, then you're gonna go on a roller coaster and gonna start picking up speed, and then all of a sudden you can't get yourself back and you're just on this downhill slope of listening to those thoughts. You know, have you ever experienced like once you start crying, you almost can't stop? One thing after another, as soon as you think about it, your mind comes to such a negative place that you just escalate and you just can't stop crying. The way to fix that is just like feel what you're feeling, because without the resistance of not wanting to feel what you're feeling, the resistance creates persistence. So you want to feel the emotion, so you're almost healing yourself by allowing it to be in you, and it will disappear. That was a really long video. That was kind of deep. I really wanted to get the message out, and I am thinking less about myself, asking the universe what I can do to serve this world. I just really hope that it helped you, and if it did, please leave me a comment down below. I mean all good things with this video, even if you may not agree with some of the things that I said. I just ask that you respect from where I'm coming from on my journey, and I respect that where you are on your life journey, and we can all just really love each other in the comments, not love ourselves, because we're not two people, baby. Just one of us. There's just one of us. I'm still understanding that. I'm still thinking about it every night. My head is kind of exploding, but you know what? It's fine. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
I got so much back, I think I'm never running out, yeah. Bust me down a whip, bitch, I don't do this for no clout, hey. I got so much back, I think
I'm free. Oh wow. A tee-hee-hee-hee. A tee-hee-hee-hee. People are gonna be like, please, get Luca help now. Like,